Hi, I'm Tammy Walker, and I'm going to show you how to make a little house out of toy packaging or any other kind of packaging you may have around. We have our packaging. You can open up your packaging and make it flat. Mine was one piece. I'm just making the bottom edge even right here, so it's just a little easy to work with. But you kind of don't need to do that because we will be putting tabs on the ends. And my board was 21 inches across, so my end piece is 1 inch, and that's going to be the tab that holds all the building together. And then I'm going to put a 1/2 inch on the bottom for the tabs that will hold the bottom part into the house. And I've measured out my 5 inches, and I'm drawing in the walls and where my creases will be, and we'll score that and fold it up. And here I'm just drawing the top part of my building, just gently drawn in where I'm going to put the arches. Now there's 2 ways to do this, and I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm just using my ruler like this. Another way is to draw along it straight at the top, find the middle of each 2 and put your point there, and then accordingly draw your lines. So here I'm scoring out. I'm cutting out actually all the lines around the outside, getting all the edges inside, getting all cleaned up. Here I am cutting the tabs off the ends. So I go 1/4 inch in and then cut a little bit of the ends off. So when I fold them over, they won't hit the other tabs. And you can just use scissors for this project too. Just very easy and simple to cut. So here I'm going to put the ruler down, and I first want to put all my notches in where I need to cut, and I'm just going to cut those notches because this is where the tabs are going to be, and all the rest of the stuff will be folded up inside and attached to the floor. I think I have shaky camera syndrome. So now I flipped it over and I'm gently scoring the back where all the edges are going to fold and meet. So each little wall, I'm just gently scoring. And actually at the very end where the tab is, I'm cutting that straight down at the last 1/2 inch and straight through. And I might need to do this one just a little more. This has a little bit of corrugated cardboard inside of it, so there's a few layers to go through. And I'm just cutting diagonally all the tabs at the end, so you can kind of see what I talk about cutting earlier in the video. And there you have it. Now, I'm going to draw out all my windows where they're going to be, and just gently putting in, estimating where this one's going to be. And you can use another piece of cardboard, but just draw all the tops of the windows and all the bottoms straight with each other so they're equal. And the door should be the same height as all the top of your windows. And I'm just cutting them all out. I'm next going to cut the door out, get that all cut. It just takes a little time, and my tool really works great for this project, but you might have something that works better. So I'm using my straight edge ruler, and you can use the end of the table too, but I'm just bending everything equally. I just want the longest piece to be bent first, and you can see how easily I can bend with my hands. You can bend at the end of the table there, and just gently fold it up. Just very easy. You just bend it with your hands. That's scoring. To hide those scoring marks, you can put some paper trim around the ends of them so you don't see that. So it looks pretty good. It all fits together. I'm going to glue it together and let it sit for a little bit. Here I'm cutting out the base, and I'm just going to glue that straight down to the base, but first I'm going to put some tape in to hold it down. You can put tape around the edges on the outside too, to the bottom of your base, which works really well at holding it. But getting that all glued up, set that down, put aside for a little bit. And this is what you can do. You can make them, if you have small packaging, you make 2 with 4 tabs and 2 with 2 tabs. You could just glue up the end and attach it to another piece, and that's how you can make a building with multiple packages. So I'm measuring out my roof where I want it in the pattern and where the middle is. I'm going to cut that out. Then I'm going to score it in the halfway part and bend it in half. how that fits on top of my little building. You can do any pitch. You know, there's so many things. So get clear packaging, cut it out, and you've got windows. And you can just use white glue to glue that together. And this whole project has been white glue. You can draw on the windows with some colored pens and maybe make like a little stained glass window in these houses. You know, there's so many things. You can make little curtains. So now I'm cutting out the door. And don't forget to add the tab to the door also, because that's where you're going to glue it to the inside. So you'll make a tab at the end. And I thought I'd use an earring as the door handle. So I popped a little hole into my door and put the earring in. There you go, a little handle. And the little tab you can see on the back of that piece. I'm just going to glue that down to the inside of the building. You can also add a fabric tab to the back. But I feel like this project doesn't really need too much abuse, so it's okay to just use the same paper as a tab. And I'm pulling out the blue tape that I had hole inside. It's looking pretty good. Here I'm measuring out with some cardstock, some thinner cardstock, trim around the windows. I always start with the up and down, and then I go across at the end. And here I'm just going to glue the roof on now. There's different stages you could do everything. Pretty good, making sure it looks good. And I'm measuring out for the little roof that goes over the front porch. I'm going to cut that out. Length there, I need to cut the width. Also going to make little supports, little angle supports to put under the roof edge so that my other little porch roof has something to hold on to. It's very easy if you use like other tools like pencils or tweezers to get them in just right. So you can see it right there. I've got it in. Gluing on my porch top right now. I'm getting a little on the edges on the tops too. Rub it across to make sure it's evenly spread. And I use a little stick to get the excess. Here you can use straws for your porch posts, but I just use a piece of cardboard to go with my theme. And I need to make 2 of those, so I just check to see if they're both the same length, and they are. And there I am just gluing in the first one. Just takes a second, and I'm going to get the other one glued in. This project took me an hour and a half to complete, and since I made the video, I actually trimmed out the house more and added a chimney. You can see in this video. It looks really cute, and there's so many different things you can do. This is just a nice little introduction. You can see the cardstock trimmed out around the window and on the bottom and up at the top. Thanks for watching my video, and you have a great day.